All right, how's everyone doing? I'm Rich CELENZA. Thanks for checking out my channel. So we're in phase 2 in Florida. Today's June 6th. And I've been putting up videos regarding what's going on at my gym at LA Fitness in Windermere, giving people a heads up what it looks like from top to bottom, basically. So if you go to my other videos, the previous couple weeks, I did one the first day, basically the gym opened, maybe the second day. And I showed you exactly what the gym looks like from top to bottom. And then the next week, I gave you a heads up on what was going on regarding that week, as far as the gym, what it's offering. And now I'm on the second week. So these are the differences that I found now in the second week of the gym being open. One is Racquetball. I finally found that out because a lot of people have been asking me about that. There are 2 rooms open. When I first got here, it was very confusing for the first couple weeks because it seemed like there were people playing, but there was only one person in there, and then there was 2 people, but then it looked like they had to leave. It was very confusing. But right now, you can play racquetball throughout the day. There's 2 courts, handball as well. As far as classes go, they are doing a few different types of classes, they told me. I think they're doing yoga, some ab stuff, and Zumba, maybe some others as well. They're scheduled differently than it was before. So if you're going to do those classes, obviously check that out. The pool area now, the pool area is open, but the middle lane is closed. In my gym, there's 3 lanes. The jacuzzi is closed. As far as the locker rooms go, it looks like we can use some of the lockers. They're just kind of social distance, so most of them are blocked off, but some are open. It does look like some people are taking showers. I don't know if that's open or not. The area is wet. I haven't seen a lot of people, but I think even guys coming out from the pool seem to be going inside the showers or before using that as well. What else do I got here as far as the gym? As far as the equipment, everything, still basically set up the same way, social distance everywhere as far as the gym. So the gym still has a lot of ellipticals, treadmills, things in that nature in there. They haven't took those out, so if you want to play basketball, volleyball, or any of that, that's not going to happen. The free weight area is basically still the same. You can work out like everyone else. A lot of that equipment you couldn't move, along with the dumbbells, along with the kettlebells, or any of that. So that's basically still the same. What else would I say? The one thing I still do kind of find confusing, at least at my LA Fitness, is we used to have 2 stretching areas on both floors, but they kind of knocked the second floor out, which now we have 1 area for all stretching, and they put in mats. The only problem is, and I just walked past there, you got like 6-7 people. So if you want a social distance or stretch, it's almost impossible in that area. So I think that's kind of a bullshitty type thing. As far as people cleaning, again, I've discussed this before. I still think, for the most part, a lot of people are not cleaning their equipment maybe before they use it or after. Some do, some don't, but especially I've been watching a lot of people before they use equipment, for the most part, are not cleaning. If they do, it's usually afterwards. So as far as masks go, some people are wearing them, some are not. I'd say way more people at this point in time are not wearing masks. As far as gloves go, I don't see anybody wearing gloves either. The gym is still kind of slow as far as that goes, so if you like working out, it's definitely the right time. It doesn't matter. The only times I'd say it's really busy is really like from 4:30 to 7-ish that I'm seeing, and I've been coming all different types of hours. The training areas, before they actually just seem to have those blocked off entirely. At our gym, a lot of times we can use the training areas. They have 2 basically racquetball areas that they have exclusively for training, which has some type of equipment that the other areas don't. But the cool thing about that is that seems to be open as well. They're letting us use that. Before, that was kind of roped off, which I like. The cycling classes, from what I understand, they are having them. Again, I think they're spread out when doing them, from what I was told. Also, it doesn't seem like there's as many, or maybe I'm wrong, but it doesn't seem like there is as far as what I'm seeing. So if you do cycle, you may want to check that out. The scheduling. And from what I'm seeing, for the most part, you know, they have a lot of these blue arrows where you're supposed to walk around. No one's following that. It's not LA Fitness or anybody's fault. It's just I don't think anybody even pays attention to them. And also, as far as social distancing goes in general, I do think when you're going to go on elliptical, bicycle, a Stairmaster like behind me, you probably or try to keep your distance. But the reality is, if it's available, you're going to get on it, right? But when it comes to working out, a lot of this equipment, especially in the free weight area, I guess you could say, and even actually like the Life Fitness or the matrix or a lot of the equipment, they couldn't move the equipment because it's kind of bolted to the floor. So again, if you want to work out, it's impossible to social distance if you want to use those types of equipment, I guess you could say. So if you're coming here and expecting people to always keep their distance from one another, I think that's almost impossible to do. And I've discussed this before, especially in the dumbbell area. It's going to be very congested there just because all our benches and a lot of equipment there are basically bolted to the ground. I also, and I've discussed this before, I don't see a lot of people wiping down like, let's say for instance, the dumbbells, the kettlebells before they're used or after, or the handles, or a lot of, how do I say this, certain equipment is kind of really hard to, I think, wipe down to a certain degree, especially when it's got all these different components. So I think for the most part, people do maybe wipe maybe the backs or the bench area, but they're not wiping the whole thing down. And I don't know how people would do this continuously because it would take your workout hours and hours to do. So I understand sometimes you can do the best you can wiping certain things down, but other times it's kind of ridiculous to think that everything you're touching, including, you know, even barbells, again, no one's, again, wiping those down before or after you use them. Regarding trainers, it seems like there's always one or two guys up front and then there's always a couple guys cleaning, but I don't see a lot of trainers training anyone. So I don't have any information regarding that. I don't know if it's because they want to social distance, but that is something I'm not sure about. And I also noticed there's a lot less employees here than usual at LA Fitness, especially in the desk area. So if you're looking for information, especially on a weekend, because it's really, it looks a little scarce, you might want to call instead of just kind of coming here. And also sometimes when I'm asking people at LA Fitness regarding certain things, I don't think they necessarily know everything because everything is constantly changing and evolving. So I think they're in a point where they don't want to say something that they truly don't know. Basically, they're just going to go to the rules. If you walk in, they're going to have a rules and regulations of what their policies are right now. I think you can get those online or call. Yeah, the sauna is still closed as well, so I'm not sure when that's going to be opening. And one of the questions I keep getting asked is, do you feel safe or do you think it's safe to work out? And truthfully, I do. I'm a gym rat. Been going to the gym my entire life. I think if you're healthy and you want to keep up with your health and you love going to the gym, and you may get sick, but I don't see it any different than if I have to locally go to any grocery store or anywhere else. I know we're obviously sweating and it's a kind of a different environment, but you can kind of keep your distance in a gym and do what you got to do. And I think LA Fitness does an absolute incredible job trying to keep up with their brand. I travel all over North America, and one of the reasons I'm a member of LA Fitness over almost every other gym is because I love their layouts. And I like the equipment and I just like their atmosphere, I guess you could say as well. So if you're afraid to come back to the gym, I get it. But I'm telling you right now, I don't think it's a bad place to go is what I'm saying, in my opinion. So I'm going to wrap it up there. If you get a chance, you might want to check out my podcast, The Rich CELENZA Show, WTF Are You Talking About? I'm also on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you get a chance, subscribe. Hopefully I helped you with some information here. So take care.